Well, hey, I'm sitting on the floor. I'm sitting on the floor. Why? Well, a couple of interesting things. I was told at the weekend, at the Stop Chasing Pain workshop that I went to, Dr. Perry Nicholson, been researching this sort of stuff for the last 25 years, and he's made it all into a one-page thing. And the first thing he said was, with your clients, get them to take their shoes and socks off and spend 5 minutes on the floor every day. Tom Jones is on. Claire, see you at 6 o'clock. Ant's on. Hey, not that Tom Jones, by the way. It is the same joke every single time, but I like it a lot, so I'm going to keep doing it. Anyway, yeah, so it is. And, I suggest everybody does this, because I've done it the last couple of days, and it's actually great. Spend 5 minutes, take your shoes and socks off and spend 5 minutes on the floor. Now I'm sitting on hi Claire, now I'm sitting on a wooden floor here, okay, and what's interesting is, if I sit like this, it's comfortable. Same thing on the other side, it hurts my ankle here, and I found out it's because my butt cheek there, if I clench it, I'll be sitting up on my butt cheek. If I'm not, I do that and all the weight goes onto my ankle. So imagine what that does to your body when you're walking around. Anyway, it is a beautiful day, and I'm going out in it again in a minute. I'm going to go and I've got a few emails to write today, and I'm going to go outside and do that. Now, yeah, so spending 5 minutes on the floor, I'm getting all the guys to do this. So Ant, I hope you're doing it. Claire, you can make it a competition with the kids. No doubt you'll do it for about 3 or 4 hours. I've just come off a call with my coach. I've been sitting on the floor for the last hour and 20 minutes, and I'm going to do this on the floor as well. And it's actually getting more comfortable. I'm starting to, because I'll end up sitting like this, and then I'm starting to posture up. I'm starting to use that butt cheek. I'm sitting on it. Anyway, you don't need to know any of that. Just try it. Because what will happen is you'll cramp up somewhere. Something will start to feel a bit uncomfortable, and that shows you where weaknesses are and where you need to work on them, right? Anyway, that which will scare up mobility issues later on, especially when you try to lift weights. Anyway, so it works. So I'm doing it, I've got the fellas doing it. So, what are you really most committed to? Now, what's quite funny is, I was going to do this video anyway today. I've just got off a call with my coach, who was going on about exactly the same sort of stuff. The stuff that you're the most committed to is the stuff that you spend the most time doing, right? And I had coincidentally this morning, I had an unsubscribe from my email list. Now, usually when I get an unsubscribe from my email list, it can be, because I can be quite harsh on my emails sometimes. I try to make them to get you to do something, like these videos, to get you to do something rather than just like, hello, here's what happens. Isn't that lovely? And you go, oh, yes, that's lovely. And it's like a Facebook meme or a positive comment or whatever, that goes around Facebook all over the shop. And then you go, isn't that lovely? Anyway, I'll get back to what I was doing, and then forget all about it. Makes you feel good for about 3 seconds. That's not the idea. The idea is to empower you to do things like sitting on the floor for 5 minutes. Anyway, and all of this stuff is dead simple. So I make it so super simple that you'd be like, oh, well, I haven't got time to do that. If you haven't got time to sit on the floor for 5 minutes, yes, you have. So, speaking of which, sometimes when I get unsubscribes on my emails, they're like, basically, you're a twat, you send me too many emails. This is from people who've given me their email address because they wanted the free thing that I was giving away, and then they know they go onto my email list, and it says in the very first email, if you don't want them unsubscribed, people don't, and then have a go at me. And usually it's probably on a day that they're feeling a bit pissed off. So I'm the first one in their inbox in the morning, so then they have a go at me, right? And they don't even know me. Anyway, so a guy unsubscribed this morning. It was actually quite a nice one. He basically said, I'm really interested in what you've got to offer. However, my work commitments don't give me the time or the flexibility to come along to your sessions, right? And that's fine. I get that. However, this guy's been on my email list for a while, and I offer an online program, which is 20 minutes a day. And he'll have seen that, but he's kind of made the excuse that work won't let him do it, right? So this is a guy who's come onto my email list because he's seen one of my adverts and then said, yeah, I want to get fitter, I want to get stronger, I want to get healthier. That's what I'm after, right? I'm after people who want that, and then I give you that, right? So this guy's obviously committed to that, right? He's like, I want to get fitter, I want to get stronger, I want to get healthier. This guy's just shown me the way. He said, I'll help you. So then, and then now I'm getting his emails and he wants to help, he wants to help. However, I can't because I've got work commitments, right? So is he committed to wanting to get fitter and stronger and healthier, or is he more committed to work? What are you committed to, right? So people who say, I'm going to, I use kids as an example because I talk to dads mainly. Then Claire's on, she's a mum, it works for everybody. However, I mainly talk to dads, and that's mainly the guys who come down. Paul's on. Hiya, Paul. How are you doing? So, you've put me off. Paul, you've put me off. Where was I? So, yes, I mainly talk to dads, and I'll say, if you want to be a good example for your kids, right? Then eating crap food, sitting around on the sofa all day, and just working stupid hours and then being stressed out at the weekend isn't the ideal example, right? So therefore, not saying you have to come to me or whatever, but just like go walking with the kids, get them out, because you might have a go at them and say, like, you're playing on the freaking Xbox all bloody day, get out, it's sunny, it's nice outside, right? And the kids will go, yeah, but you spend all day in, and you spend all day at the laptop or on your phone or whatever. It's the lead by example, right? So then you get people who say, I'm really committed to my kids and giving them the life that I want to give them. And, and I want to love them. And it's, it's just so, it's unconditional love, right? You can't help it. You just want to give them the best, okay? So you go and work your bollocks off and you don't spend any time with them. So are you more committed to your kids or are you more committed to working? This is the thing. This is the commitment that we're after, right? So, there was a guy, again, I get it. Hey, good lad. Yeah, it is lovely outside. It must be nice and warm, that. You'll be a nice sweaty man. What you need to do is go and find some people to hug somewhere. Stand in the street, free hugs from a sweaty guy. Anyway. Yeah, there was a guy who was meant to start on the trial this month. And again, it's fine. I don't know him. It's fine. But he was meant to start on the trial this month. He contacted me last month, in fact, and then said he couldn't start then because of work, so he was going to start now. And then and then the day before the trial was meant to start, which I had a few other people on as well who are now going to sign up because they've loved it. The day before it was going to start, he said, I can't do it because of work commitments. Can I defer till August, which is when the next one's going to be, because there isn't one in July because I've got lots on. And so I just said, look, I texted him and said, look, I'm going to refund your money because, if you're not going to turn up, you're taking up the space for someone else who wants to do it, okay? Because there's only a limited number of spaces. So I'm like, you're taking up that person's space. So I just texted him back with a nice message and said, look, I'm going to refund you. If you want to come in August, you can apply again and come in and all of that sort of stuff. And he didn't text me back and then unsubscribed from everything, right? And that, which is fine. It's fine. I get that. That's kind of like he might have thought, well, fuck you. You're not going to let me in. And it's like, well, if you're not going to turn up, then there's nothing more I can do. I do these videos. I send emails. I do lots of stuff. There's loads of stuff on YouTube. There's, you see what the guys are doing in the park, you see the results they get. I've got online programs. I've got an online monthly program which I've got guys on at the minute who are making great progress. Tom Jones, not that one, is on it, and he's making great progress because I was talking about it in the pub the other week when we all went out for a night out. And so these guys are all committed to doing this, and they do it monthly, and they post videos and of what they're up to. In the posts, and they ask for technique advice, and they tell me what's going on. And actually, they don't even ask for that much technique advice these days, because once they're on the monthly program, they're away with it, and all they do is just say, right, here's what I did today, here's what I did today. They keep each other accountable. They tell you to post in, say, here's my workout that I've done today, and it felt better than it did last week. Or at the very start of the program, every month they'll be like, oh, that was tough. And then 2 weeks in, they're like, oh, that's a lot easier than it was this time 2 weeks ago. So there's progress going on all over the shop. Everyone's getting fitter, stronger and healthier because they're all committed to doing it. They've all showed up. They've all started from the very beginning. So either done the 2-week trial, which is kind of like, right, I'll dip my toe in, find out how it goes. And then it's like, oh, actually, it's very different to what I thought, so I'll carry on. Or they'll dip their toe into the online program and then say, oh, that's very different to what I thought as well. Because the online program is basically the 2-week trial that we do in the park, but stretched out more because you're doing it yourself at home. But it's considerably cheaper than coming down to the park. And then the monthly online program is an extension of that. And it just keeps you going, and it keeps you interested, and it gives you loads more stuff. The stuff I've learned this weekend is going to fill out the next 6 months of the online program, of the monthly online, because I learned so much that I couldn't give you all in one go, because your head would explode. Mine nearly exploded at the weekend. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable sitting like this now than I was a long time ago. It's about an hour and a half I've been sitting like this now, and it's great. Once I stand up, I'm going to get out, and I'll be mobile as fuck. Anyway, what are you really most committed to? Okay? Think about it. So just have a think. If you want to get fitter, stronger and healthier, you've got to show up and do something. Just getting a gym membership isn't going to get that. Okay? Just eating salad once a week isn't going to get it. I mean, that's just a stupid thing anyway. That's, nutrition is if you look up nutrition on the internet, you can ask Google, right? You can ask Google anything about anything, but you ask it about nutrition, it'll tell you what you're doing is bad. But if you ask about it, it'll tell you what you're doing is good as well. So just, I'm not even going to go on about nutrition. I don't know why I've gone down that. I've digested. That's because I've gone off point. Anyway, what are you really most committed to? What is it? What is it? If it's getting fitter, stronger, and healthier, why? Is it because you want to be there for your kids? You want to be strong for your kids? You want to be able to keep up with them? When they're running around the park, you've told them to bloody get outside and stop playing on the Xbox. But is Xbox still a thing? I don't know because I haven't got one. Is it PlayStation or whatever? I don't know. One of those things, right? They're going to, you're going to say, get outside and go and do some exercise. And they say, all right, well, come with us. And you'll go with them. And then you'll be, blown out your arse in about 3 seconds. That's not going to set a good example, isn't it? So if you're committed to them to getting fitter, stronger and healthier and actually doing stuff, then you need to step up and do it yourself. But if you can't do that because you're so busy at work, does that mean you're so busy at work to spend time with your kids as well? See where this is all going. You focus on one bit of your life, the rest of it goes to shit. This is going off topic as well, because this is something I've worked on for ages now. And if you focus on one bit, like if I focus on my business too much, everyone else in my life disappears because I piss them all off. And then I'm focusing on this, and then it's all about me. And then I get pissed off with them. It's like, you don't talk to me anymore. It's like, well, you weren't talking to me. This is what happened a couple of years ago. So that's why I work on all of that now. So think about that. Think about it. I've got guys who come down now. They do park run with it. There's a kids park run in Bath. And one of them is doing park run with his kids. And his kid's starting to get faster than him. So he's like, right, I need to get fitter. I need to be able to keep up. I need to be able to show that example. Because if the kid gets faster and he's behind, how does he help support his kids through that? This is all real stuff. It's all real stuff. So think about it. Think about what you're really most committed to. Think about what you say you're most committed to, and then have a look at where you spend your most of your time. And the chances are that you spend most of your time doing something else away from what you're most committed to. If you're not, that's fine. Cool. Crack on. If you are, have a think about it. And if you need to get fitter, stronger and healthier, but you haven't got the time, I've got a program below. So if you click the link and download the program, you will go onto my email list where I'll try and help you further. Okay, so if you don't want that, you don't have to have it. That's perfectly fine. You can download the program. It doesn't take very long. In fact, saying it doesn't take very long, it's an ongoing thing. But you can do it daily, you can do it weekly, you can do whatever you like with it. But it's just a basic step-by-step approach to all of this stuff. Step-by-step approach to say, if you want to get fitter, stronger and healthier so you can have more energy to spend more time with your kids while you're working long hours, so you're not knackered all the time, it'll give you exactly that. And it also gives you the opportunity to come and work with me or do one of my online programs as well, if you so desire. If you don't, you don't have to. So there's no obligation, there's no money changes hands, no nothing. It's free help. But it depends what you're committed to, doesn't it? Anyway, cheers. So, there you go. Have a think about it. Write down what you're most committed to, and then write down where you're spending most of your time. If the two match up, brilliant. If they don't, what you're going to do about it. Anyway, that's enough from me. I've been sitting on the floor long enough now. So, check this out, by the way. It's coming on very nicely. Look at that. This is a longer t-shirt as well. That is coming on. Oh, you can't see it so much on that side, but that is like that. Yeah, that's a good line, isn't it? It's getting there. Hang on. Oh yeah, the neck's doing well as well. Anyway, so I'll talk to you tomorrow.